Hi guys, welcome back. Still Sunday, the 18th of September. Winter Gardens open day, and as you can see, I have just entered the Olympia. Now, for old farts like me and other people that aren't youngsters, your memories of the Olympia will be a wonderful fun fair with lots of rides. Some of you might remember Professor Peabody's as well, but Professor Peabody's came after the Olympia had closed. But it's weird because I remember it being so big. That was the entrance we would usually come in when we came in the Olympia. We'd come up those little steps that are just through there. And over in that corner, from what I remember, there was a little, and the Olympia did close down when I was quite young, so I'm going to try and remember where things were. There was a ride called the Cages, and it was a kids ride, and it was kind of like a small kids wheel, except it was sausage shaped or long oval shaped, and you sat in like a little cage and it went round. Next to the Cages there was a Yogi Bear ride. That was the kids ride everybody liked to go on. Down the side, over in, I think around in that side, there were some stalls. Now I don't really remember any of the stalls, but more or less where I'm pointing the camera now, where that cart is, I think that was where the hook a duck thing was, where you would go in there and catch a duck and be excited over a little plastic prize. With Yogi Bear, I think there were dodgems at some point, and I think there was a waltzer at some point, but not at the same side. But when I was little, I remember very, very, very vaguely, there was a ride which my sister and I called the Flying Saucers. I'm going to go down and go around anyway. And as a little kid, and I know I'm probably remembering it wrong because I was barely out of my toddlerhood, I remember this ride being so high, it went all the way to the ceiling, and they were like, I don't know, some kind of flying saucer shaped carts that were attached to various things. But it went right up to the roof, and I begged and pleaded to go in it, and my mum was like, no, you're too little, you'll kill yourself. And I'd be like, I won't kill myself, I just want to go on it, I'll sit still. She's like, no, 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 you're too little, they won't let you on it. Which is fair enough, I probably was too little to be allowed on it. And the Flying Saucers, from what I remember, was here. On the top level there, I remember two things. I remember there was a track with cars going round, but I also think there were trampolines there at some point. That was another entrance there, and I think there was some like little old wooden bagatelle games and stuff. You know, the sort of thing you press this handle or click this thing and a marble spins round. So yeah, the Flying Saucers was there. The waltzer or the dodgems, whatever they were there. I think Yogi Bear was around here. Yeah, I think Yogi Bear was here. And the little cages, what we call them, were around here. And I remember there was a little shop in one of these doors on the entrance that sold hand knitted baby clothes, but that could have been in my 20s, I don't even remember that. And you could walk back here as well. And all back here, down this side, there were pinball machines. I mean, there were lots of little machines like 1 penny pushes, 2 penny pushes, little one-arm bandits, and all kinds of twopenny and penny machines. But down here, there were pinball machines, and I think, I mean, I really hope somebody remembers the Olympia better than I do, can chime in here, but I think it actually went on beyond here. I think there were pinball machines lined up along here as well, and some of them, they were really old. They were old Tuckney pinballs, and they were the old like ding ding, like ones from the 60s even, because I remember as a little kid thinking they looked really old. So I think there were some pinball machines that went right to the end up there, and there was a little drinks machine as well, and I think you could get a little cup of fizzy something, lime or orange or cola for tuppence. Not sure what's around here. I'm just wandering around now. Is this still part of the Olympia video, guys? Oh, it's so weird that, like I said, nobody's here. I know I keep saying that and I'm sounding like a broken record, but being here, I can hear myself echo. I mean, for parts of this video, there's been organ playing, well, and other music playing, but when you're just walking through it and it's just on your own, it feels strange. I think we can go through there. Let's try the door and see. It's either going to open or I'm going to get an alarm. I think that is going to be, that is going to be a different video. So I'm going to go back around the Olympia and finish that, and whatever was through there, was that, I don't think that was a Spanish hole, because that's the one that's been done up. So we'll go back through there and that'll be a different video, because I want to really take you guys the whole Olympia. Oh man, this takes me back to being a little kid, and it's really funny because my memories of the Olympia are from my very tiny childhood, very, very, very young, like toddlery tiny childhood. But even though it's so long ago, it just seems so familiar. It's like a comfort blanket almost. Because I used to love Olympia, and it was a great place to walk around, and even if you had no money, you could just walk around and watch the rides and listen to people having fun and listen to the pinballs and watch the bagatelles and stuff like that. Oh, that's back to the Empress Ballroom there. Do you know, it's weird because the amount of times I've been in the Winter Gardens, the amount of times I've been in the Empress Ballroom. Oh look, the Diana Princess of Wales suite. We'll have a little peek through there. These posh sofas. Yeah, I still get really discombobulated and I lose my bearings sitting on one of these posh seats. Oh, that's a nice seat. You know, my sofa at home is so flipping uncomfy. And I'm quite salty about the fact that it's so uncomfy because I did extra hours at work for around 9 months just to save the money to buy it. And I deliberately, I pretty much got it specially made. Not bespoke, specially made. You know, one of those places where you go and you can, they'll do one side of recliner or 2 sides of recliner and you can pick your colours. That's sort of specially made. Because it was, I think, about £800. So it wasn't super dear, but it was super dear from my perspective. And now, I don't like it. It's comfy when you've got the recliner on for sure and you want to rest, but just for a normal sit down sofa, it's not that comfy. And also, it's too heavy. I literally can't move it. If I want to hoover under it or hoover at the back or tidy it, I have to get my partner to move it because it's just too heavy for me. I want to get a sofa that I can push around myself. And this battery that I just put in is already flashing. But that's alright because we are pretty much at the end of the Olympia video. It's not changed at all, has it? Look at the roof, the walls and everything. I mean, the main Olympia's changed. Well, it hasn't. Structurally, it hasn't changed, obviously, but it's changed as it's been painted. But if you look at this, that blue and white, I bet it's been like that for 50 years. Look, you can just tell. It's like stepping back in time, isn't it? Into a comforting memory. But all the seat covers there, they've all been pulled off, all those chairs. They're all going to have to be cleaned. I don't know how they'll dry clean them because they've all got wooden bits on them. So unless they're new and they're old and they're replacing them, I don't know. Some of them look a bit worse for wear, don't they? But those seats have seen a lot of bums. Yeah, I would like this Olympia more if it was painted the original white with the little blue bit on the bottom surrounding it. Then it would really take me back to my childhood. I think it's a shame they don't have rides in here like they did when I was little though. I think they could do that again. It'd be really nice. They should just do it one Christmas. I'm sure there'd be operators and owners of rides that would come here. Although it's probably not that lucrative anymore. Yeah, this is where Yogi Bear used to be. Well, the cages were there, weren't they? That's where the cages were. That's where Yogi Bear lived. Around this side here was where the hooker duck was, I think. I think it was more or less there where that Winter Gardens barrier is. It was somewhere on that little bit, wasn't it? And I don't even remember what other stalls there were, I just remember the duck one. Well guys, we have the whole Olympia to ourselves. Look at that, I'm going to pan all the way around. Just so you can see. Look at that, wow. And thank you for watching. Again, you know what to do, just hit the like button and watch the next video. And I will see you all very soon in the next one. Goodbye.